Have you ever wondered what happens when a passion for supersized muscles goes horribly wrong? Picture this: guys pumping iron day in and day out, only to swap their dumbbells for syringes full of oil, chasing biceps that look like they belong in a Saturday morning cartoon. Today, we're counting down 5 of the most extreme cases. Bodybuilders who treated their arms like balloons and paid a serious price. From a 340-pound behemoth who died of a heart attack to a Russian athlete whose arms needed emergency surgery. These stories blend awe, shock, and a hefty dose of why on earth. So settle in, because over the next few paragraphs, you'll meet real-life Golems, Hulks, and Popeyes whose blockbuster physiques became cautionary tales. Number 8. Ilya Yefimchik, Golem, the Mutant. Ilya Yefimchik was a Belarusian colossus, tipping the scales at 340 pounds and flexing biceps that bulged to 25 inches each, so massive they earned him the nickname Golem. His daily routine looked more like a feeding frenzy than a workout plan, a mind-boggling 16,500 calorie diet fueled by heavy-duty steroids and rumored Synthol injections. Fans couldn't believe their eyes when he posted videos of himself curling absurd dumbbells, but behind the flexing selfies lurked a ticking time bomb. In September 2024, at just 36 years old, Ilya suffered a fatal heart attack. Doctors say his extreme regimen left his heart with no chance. His sudden death stands as a stark reminder that no matter how big the dream, our bodies only have so much room on the balance sheet. Number 7. Claudio de Oliveira, Brazil's comic book arms. Claudio de Oliveira became Brazil's living comic book character when his arms and shoulders swelled to grotesque proportions through repeated Synthol injections. His biceps ballooned so outlandishly large that friends joked he could hang a hammock between them. But the jokes turned dark when Claudio began fighting recurring infections that sent him to the hospital more than once. After each scare, he'd post another photo, daring fate to strike again. Today, his frozen in time images still circulate online, reminders that chasing perfect aesthetics can mean risking your very health, and sometimes disappearing altogether when the body finally says enough. Number 6. Denis Shtennikov, the mystery Synthol freak. Denis Shtennikov has earned near-legendary status in Russia's bodybuilding circles. Everyone's heard the rumors of his 30-inch arms, yet reliable details about his life remain virtually non-existent. What little is known, Denis pumped pure Synthol into his biceps week after the week, inflating them into monstrous balloons of muscle that defied both nature and anatomy. No headlines reported his collapse or saved by the bell surgery. Instead, Denis vanished into the shadows, leaving behind only whispered warnings from doctors about abscesses, nerve damage, and worst-case amputations. He's a ghost story for the modern age, an extreme example of what can happen when ambition outpaces caution. Number 5. Greg Valentino, the man whose arms exploded. In the early 2000s, Greg Valentino chased biceps so big, 27 inches each, that they rivaled some people's thighs. He fueled his quest with a cocktail of high-dose steroids and Synthol, and for a time, it seemed like nothing could stop him. Then came the day his right arm blew up, unleashing a horrifying spray of pus and infection in what could only be described as a real-life horror show. Miraculously, Greg survived, but the incident earned him the grim title, the man whose arms exploded. These days, he's traded the gym for a pen, writing for Muscle Sport magazine and using his own painful past to warn others. Shortcuts come with consequences you might never recover from. Number 4. Kirill Terashin, Russian Popeye. Kirill Terashin first flexed his bazooka arms on Instagram, and the internet exploded. A former army conscript turned amateur MMA fighter from Pyatigorsk, Kirill injected petroleum jelly into his biceps until they stretched 24 inches around, massive enough to earn nicknames like Russian Popeye. But fame came at a cost. In 2019, surgeons removed 3 pounds of dead muscle tissue and 3 liters of goo from his arms in a dramatic scare you straight operation. Most would have stopped there, but not Kirill. As of 2025, he's still posting flex clips, each pump a defiant middle finger to medical advice and a reminder that some viral stunts can turn into slow motion disasters. Number 3. Arlindo de Souza, the Mountain. Arlindo de Souza earned his mountain nickname the hard way by turning his arms into literal cliffs of flesh. A bricklayer from Olinda, Brazil, Arlindo started injecting a homemade oil to alcohol mix back in 2012, chasing biceps that ballooned to a mind-blowing 29 inches. His peers watched in awe as his arms grew larger than many waists, but doctors watched with growing alarm. Rumors swirled that a close friend, Paulinho, had already died from a similar practice, and medical professionals warned Arlindo of abscesses, infections, and even potential amputation if he didn't stop. Yet with each new flex video, he seemed to dare fate. "Watch me grow," his arms seem to say. Today, his current whereabouts are a mystery. Some say he's laid low after health scares, others claim the mountain still roams Brazilian gyms. One thing's for sure, his story stands as a towering warning that some peaks aren't worth the climb. Number 2, Romário dos Santos Alves, Incredible Hulk incarnate. Romário dos Santos Alves took the Hulk obsession to a whole new level. Growing up in Caldas Novas as a bodyguard and young dad, he dreamed of muscles that matched his favorite comic book hero. By his early 20s, Romário was injecting Synthol so ferociously that his biceps swelled to 25 inches, veins pulsing like cartoon gutters ready to burst. But the green dreams came at a terrifying cost. His overfilled arms began to harden into rock, threatening to cut off blood flow and trigger amputation. During his wife's pregnancy, the pressure became too much. Romário collapsed into a depression, even attempting suicide under the weight of his self-inflicted crisis. Thankfully, by 2015, he threw away the syringes and embraced natural training, trading synthetic shortcuts for real sweat. Now he competes in legitimate bodybuilding contests, flexing a leaner but far healthier physique. His journey from near loss to redemption proves that the true strength lies in knowing when to quit the easy road. Number 1, Valdir Segato, Brazilian Hulk. At the very top sits Valdir Segato, Brazil's most infamous Synthol story. A construction worker turned TikTok sensation, Valdir injected himself with enough sight enhancement oil to stretch his biceps to 23 inches, each arm looking like a muscle-bound balloon ready to pop. His Brazilian Hulk videos racked up millions of views, fans marveling at arms that seemed more sculpture than flesh. Behind the viral fame though, Valdir ignored clear warnings about strokes, infections, and blood clots racing through his veins. On July 26, 2022, his 55th birthday, he collapsed, gasping for air, and was rushed to the hospital. Doctors linked his breathlessness and sudden cardiac failure directly to his years of oil injections. His death sent shockwaves through the fitness world, reminding everyone that chasing internet glory can come at the ultimate price. Valdir's legacy lives on in the cautionary tales he inspired. No filter, no like, no viral moment is worth a life. From a 340-pound giant called Golem to the tragic fall of the Brazilian Hulk, these 8 stories are more than wild clickbait. They're powerful reminders that shortcuts in pursuit of the perfect body often lead to heartbreak, health crises, and even death. Each of our countdown heroes and cautionary examples chased bigger, faster, and bolder, only to discover that some gains aren't worth the risk. So next time you scroll through muscle flexing videos or wonder which supplement will build arms overnight, remember the real cost behind those cartoonish physiques. If you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more jaw-dropping countdowns, and drop a comment. Which of these stories stunned you the most? Until next time, stay strong and stay smart.